Alan Alda. And
is it a recent movie or?
No, it was in the 70s, and probably around the same time as The Exorcist. But this one was an adaptation of a book called The Mephisto Waltz, and I read this book in like 3 days, which is very uncharacteristic for me. I'm more likely to have 5 books on the go that I've read 25 pages of, and then I put them down and I never pick them up again. And I've done that with lots. But anyway, I read The Mephisto Waltz in 3 days, and it was absolutely terrifying. Terrifying.
So would you recommend the movie?
Yeah, when I caught it completely by accident.
And my question is it anything like the book or?
Totally.
Totally?
Yeah, it was.
Most aren't.
It was as close an adaptation of the book as they could pull off in the 70s. Like the 70s are really 70s movies for the most part are really dated. You know what I mean? Like just because of the style and I guess stuff from any decade is. But anyway, point being, I was
Mephisto Waltz.
Flipping around TV one time and happened to see Alan Alda sitting at a piano playing, and he just kind of looked like he was pretty spaced out. And I thought, oh my God, I wonder if this is the movie of the Mephisto Waltz, because I knew there was a movie, I just couldn't find it anywhere. Anyway, that's it's certainly not the best or whatever, but it's one of my favorites only because it was a pretty rare find to actually see the movie.
Now my question to you is, you were saying, okay, 70s movies look dated and things like that for the most part.
Yeah, like not Star Wars, but
yeah, but I'm just saying, now are you saying that the more modern horror movie is better, more terrifying than the classic?
No, it just looks more modern.
Yeah.
Like stuff like no.
Now what about
20 years from now or 30 years from now, everything that's made today will look dated. It'll still, it will. It has to.
That's another question I got for you. What do you feel about the CGI? They seem to be relying on that a lot for movies, and sometimes I think they go a little overboard on it.
What's that?
Computer graphic, as opposed to, let's say, the traditional special effects where they use makeup special effects. Now they're using like the computers and stuff like that.
I don't care as long as it looks real.
Yeah.
As long as
personally, like I'm just saying about like. For instance, Star Wars, like the new trilogy, a lot of people said it was a little cartoony compared to the originals.
Sure it was, and probably like the last one, or part 3. Part 6, technically, but part 3 was very computer generated, and but it was still an unbelievable movie.
But then again, like movies like Titanic can do it and make it look real.
Lord of the Rings, it's absolutely flawless.
Exactly.
Right? But no, like I say, I don't care as long as it looks real. I don't care.
Now, what about other kinds of movies? Like, do you like? Are you into cult movies, things like that?
I'll watch anything, man.
You watch?
I don't care if it's a romantic comedy or.
Well, one movie that had a little bit of fake gore in it was Harold and Maude. What did you think about that one?
I wasn't a big fan.
Wasn't a big fan.
No, it was okay. It wasn't. What? Nah.
It didn't change your life.
No, and not at all. Not at all. I don't want the time back.
No.
I'm not saying that was an hour and a half wasted, but no, it didn't have the dramatic.
No, I know that you've been quite opinionated on another type of movie, another horror movie called The Blair Witch Project. What'd you think about that one?
It sucked. It was.
Maybe you just didn't know. I was wondering, maybe you didn't know how to watch it right, because you're not actually supposed to. It's not supposed to be a theatrical sort of movie. It's supposed to be more of a.
I know how to watch a movie.
But it's not really.
I didn't like it.
It's not really. But you know what I'm trying to say is you're supposed to watch it like you're watching like basically somebody taking
a snuff
film. Yeah. So it didn't do it for you.
I understand. No. I saw it on whatever year that was. It was on my birthday, actually.
Yeah.
And no, I got to the end, and it was like, okay, I want that time. What?
So, state your name for the camera.
Kevin Greencock.
And okay, so I'm just going to ask you a couple questions about horror movies. Are you what are your favorites, actually? Do you have any favorites, or?
Well, I really don't have specific favorites in horror movies. I tend to like science fiction movies.
Yeah.
It's a little more.
Like how about like movie like Alien or something? That's kind of.
I did like Alien. I still particularly like Pet Sematary, just because I think the pacing in that one was perfect.
Yeah.
And it managed to be suspenseful and to bring out horror without being excessively gory.
And that's another question I ask you. Like, do you like movies that are more suspense than with gore, or what do you like?
Well, I can handle House of a Thousand Corpses.
Okay.
But, I usually prefer movies where they try to tell the story and they don't make it really obvious about the special effects they're using. Good special effects kind of slip by and you don't
like that cartoony look of the computer graphic kind of thing. Yeah.
If you've got a horror movie where you're cutting people into pieces and dismembering the corpses, then quite often that isn't as scary as a movie.
No. Yeah, like again, do you like the remakes they're doing of? It's a recent trend.
I prefer, in most cases, watching the original.
Yeah.
One thing I like with the remakes, though, is when they do come out with a remake like this, the remake of Psycho, it gives me an excuse to rent the old one, watch the original, and then watch the new one.
That's a good.
That means that then I can bitch about how bad the new one was.
And plus, you'll probably get a nice special edition DVD of the old one come out when the remake comes out at the same time.
It does tend to make it easier to get the old ones when they come out in new versions.
Oh, thanks a lot. Thank you. So I'm here with, what's your name there?
Scott David.
And what do you publish?
I publish a couple of zines from London. One's Paradigm. It's a local arts magazine, and we do art, poetry, fiction, arts articles, that kind of thing. And Black Lodge, which is a smaller fringe lit zine. And then
how long have you been in it?
I've been doing it for about 5 years now. I just started working on some bug zines. One of them's Bug Bottle, and it's just bug this, bug that, bugs in popular culture. And the other one's Agent X, and it's about bugs being secret agents.
You live in like an old apartment where there's some bugs in there or something, like cockroaches and stuff?
I have a pet cockroach named Kafka. He's a Madagascar hissing cockroach, though, but I actually paid for him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a pet.
Apparently you're into audio too, doing some audio samples and stuff like that.
Electronic, I do a lot of feedback loop electronic noise with a bass and a drum machine and all that stuff, and I pump it all through this weird system.
Where do you get all your equipment? Like, do you get it, just go around and find pieces here, pieces there, kind of thing?
Thrift stores this, thrift stores that.
Yeah, Value Village, I find stuff too.
Garage sales.
Apparently I talked to you last time and you had like a pretty groovy looking tape recorder.
Yeah, I got two of them now. I've got a portable reel-to-reel and a quarter-inch, one of the old machines, and a regular old-fashioned like home recording reel-to-reel tape machine as well.
Oh, that's cool. So where do you pick up a lot of your sounds that you get?
B-movies.
B-movies? Yes.
There's a sample on the new tape I just did, Dr. Hypno and the MK Ultra. That's the name of the noise tape. The first sample's from Godzilla vs. Monster Zero.
Ooh.
And some of it's from Cronenberg's Fly, that kind of thing.
Yeah, we got a fan here of Godzilla over there, so. The camera and how old you are.
I'm Chris Drysdale. I'm 14 years old, and I've been watching horror movies now for since I was 5 years old. My Uncle Jason started me off with Friday the 13th, Blair Witch Project, and Chainsaw Massacre. And
What's your name?
Keanu.
Keanu Stewart, eh? And apparently you're like your father. You like some scary movies there.
Yeah. Mine.
Yeah. What kind's your favorite?
Like the horror movies that aren't like blood and guts.
You're more into the suspense type.
Yeah.
Do you like what the new ones, or do you like the older style?
Oh, the older style.
Yeah. Hey, I'm interviewing. What is your name?
Taylor Dyson.
Yeah, and so do you like scary movies?
No.
No, you don't. What are they really scary things, or?
I once watched this movie and I don't know what it was called, but I sort of hid behind the couch.
Yeah. So.
The remake of the new horror movies, I don't think is as good. It's too animated. I think the older movies are much better.
Now, how do you? Now, yes, that's the question I'm going to ask you. Actually, what about the older movies? Like, how do you think that they're better than the newer ones?
Well, I think there's just more action, more realistic stuff in it, more than computer animated, cut in.
Okay, and in that case, what about other kids your age in your school? Let's just say, like, what are they into?
I think they're more into the comedy scene. I like the horror movies because they're more exciting, more thrilling. Just like them a lot better.
But the kids that are into the horror movies in your school, are they into the old style or the new style?
They're in the new style.
Yeah. What do you think about all these movies nowadays that have like computer animation and all that? Do you think that kind of ruins the movie, or does that make the movie any better?
Sometimes you can ruin it, but...
I guess it's just used as a tool, eh?
Yeah.
And who's your favorite horror icon? You like Jason? You like Mike Myers? You like Leatherface?
Probably Mike Myers.
Yeah? Okay. So who is your favorite horror icon? Let's just say Leatherface, Jason, Freddy. Who do you like the best?
It's a tough battle between Jason and Leatherface. They've both been my favorites since ever.
So how about horror movies? What's your favorite horror movie?
Probably Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1.
Okay. Yeah, but do you like roller coasters?
No.
No? Do you like anything that's a little bit scary, or do you just like to keep your feet on the ground?
I like to keep my feet on the ground and call Keanu an idiot every time.
Oh, you do, eh?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that might scare him. Maybe you could maybe one day get dressed up and scare him one day. Is he afraid of anything?
I don't know, but the last time he seen a spider, he screamed like a girl.
Yeah? Yeah, so did they ever give you nightmares, some of these movies?
No, not really.
No, not really. Not much scares you, eh?
No.
You more scared of like a roller coaster or something, or you're not really scared of those either?
No, not really.
Yeah. Now I understand that you're also a Dawn of the Dead fan.
Yeah.
So you've seen the original and you've seen the remake. What do you like the best?
I like the original the best. Zombies seem more realistic. An awesome shopping mall. Love to be in there at that time. I like the older version a lot better.
What way do you usually like to get scared? Do you like driving fast in the car, or watching a movie, or listening to some scary sounds, or what?
Usually watching a movie.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Keanu. We also know that you that you would like to possibly in the future make your own type horror movies. Like, what would be your type of horror movie that you would make?
Well, I'd probably make maybe like have a backyard type of one out like trees and house. Probably be at nighttime. Probably be like a bit like Friday the 13th type of movie.
Well, that's good. What grade are you going into?
6.
Grade 6? Are you like really smart in your class, like one of the best, or?
No.
Are you smarter than Keanu?
Probably.
Yeah? How is his grades?
Well, he got better than me last semester.
But I think next one you're going to get better than him, eh?
Well, I made a promise to myself that I'd be better in grade 6 than I was in grade 5.
Well, that's good. Yeah, you did really good. Thank you, Taylor. And anything else you'd like to say about the horror conventions that you've attended in the past, maybe?
Oh, I think they're all pretty good. I'd like to see more guys there from like Friday the 13th and Chainsaw Massacre, and get more autographs. They're always good. Yeah. Don't say anything else about that. It's pretty good.
Certainly. Okay, thank you very much, Chris.
All right.
Well, there you have it. An unbiased look at the horror fan. What did we learn here? Unlike the picture that the mainstream media paints, horror fans do not fit the stereotype. Most interviewed said that they preferred suspense and fear to blood and guts most associated with the genre. Fans interviewed also liked the original classics over their modern remakes. Horror is unlike any other type of film. Fan conventions, fan-accessible actors, extras-laden special edition DVDs, toys, collector items, movie props, and fans as colorful as the actors on screen set the horror genre apart from all other types of films. Now, will horror ever gain the respect of the mainstream? Only time will tell. But thanks to the horror fan, the genre will live on and continue to scare and excite for generations to come. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go watch a movie.
His son, the scene was rocking all the digging sound. Eagle chained back by his very pound. Club and daggers were about to arrive. Vocal room, the cryptic divine. They did the mash, they did the monster mash. The monster mash, and it's a graveyard smash. They cut on in a flash. They did the monster mash. Everything's cool, that's a part of the band. Monster mash. Hit in the land, you the living, in masses they do it. My door till they've only said, mash, then you can monster mash, you need the mash, and it's a graveyard smash. They cut on in a flash, then you can monster mash. Whoa, monster mash, monster mash, oh monster mash.
What are you looking at me for?